When this mentee was shortlisted for an interview by ISB, I was the happiest. I'll tell you why. Because um, firstly, he had a 700 on the GMAT Classic, and he had just 3 years of experience when he was applying. And he reached out to me for our mentorship services as a re-applicant, right? So, uh, in the previous year, he hadn't received an interview call, and this was a recurring discussion between us. Ki yaar, should we take the GMAT again? It's very risky. What if we still don't get an interview call this time because of our low GMAT score? But because of time constraints on his side, uh, he decided that I'll not take the GMAT, but I'll build my profile in whatever way possible. And thus began our journey to prepare our profile, write our essays for ISB. So, as is true always, I'll discuss this mentee's profile with you in this video, and I'll talk to you about what worked for him in getting an admit from ISB. Let's get started. So in academics, he had a 95% in 10th, 96% in 12th. Then he did his bachelor's in statistics. He had broadly a 9 CGPA there. So academics were super duper great in 12th in college. But GMAT, like we discussed, was below par, 700 in the classic edition. In terms of WorkX count, it was 3 years of WorkX, so below average. And what really worked for him, I believe, was firstly the quality of WorkX that he carried. I'll tell you why. Because he was working for the first 1.5 years of his career track. He was working with one of the biggest banks of the country, and he was the youngest branch manager there. So in any bank that you pick, be it Bank of Baroda, ICICI, Yes Bank, for a graduate, it takes at least 7-8 years for them to, climb the ladder and become a branch manager. But for this mentee, he was able to do it in a year, right? At the age of 22. So, which was a super duper achievement. We made sure that we highlighted this achievement in our essays, specifically the re-applicant essay and his second essay. I'll talk more about it. And then he shifted to a boutique consulting firm. He was the best performer there in terms of a best performer award, and he got a promotion as well. Extracurriculars were there, but not that great. So what we did was, to compensate for the low GMAT score, what we did was we decided to build our profile. We decided to start a YouTube channel where he would try to talk about his experiences as a consultant and make videos, one per week. And we also curated a WordPress blog to share his learnings from the industry in terms of stakeholder management, client interaction, and how to navigate your career path in the form of a blog to mentor young college graduates. So he had a habit of mentoring his college juniors. So we decided to pick that as a theme and carry it forward in the form of this blog. And YouTube channel was just to share his learnings as a consultant. So we decided to leverage his experiences and give back in the form of a YouTube channel on consulting and this blog. And we obviously highlighted about this blog and the YouTube channel in the Re-Applicant essay to make it stand out and to make it notice worthy. I believe extracurriculars, after we had built the profile, were good. WorkX count was below par, but WorkX quality was super duper great, which really helped us compensate for the low WorkX. And the low GMAT score was partly compensated for by his academics and the profile building exercise that we did consistently. And kudos to him, he was able to publish one YouTube video almost every week and a couple of blogs every weekend. And in his essays, we talked about how he was able to land a consulting role and before that how he was able to become the youngest branch manager in this bank, how he was able to leverage his strengths. And what really stood out for me was his second essay, because the second essay was what experiences have influenced your approach to learning and made you pursue your MBA. So here we were able to talk about how when he was the youngest branch manager, there was a lot of animosity, a lot of hostility, because he was managing people in the bank who were 5-6 years older to him. So we really talked about how he was able to overcome this crisis, was able to get everyone together on a single page and get things rolling. And that was really helpful. And in the Re-Applicant essay, like we discussed, we talk about his blog on mentoring other folks, and as well as his YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel as well as the blog became points of discussion because they were mentioned so prominently in the Re-Applicant essay, in the interviews as well. So I believe he got an interview call, thank God for that, because of a strong Re-Applicant essay and because of the awards that he won and that we highlighted in our CV, which was the best performer award in the consulting firm that he joined and the youngest promotion to branch manager in his first 1.5 years of career. He was grilled on questions on the fact that, you are already in consulting, you want to fast track your career in strategy consulting, you can do it without ISB as well. But we had prepared for those answers, thankfully, so we were able to dodge those curveball questions. Initially, he was waitlisted, right? He applied in round 1, 2024. And after a couple of months of results, by Feb, he texted me that, I've gotten a final admit. And I was so happy because this mentee, this candidature, this case was very difficult for me. I was always split between if I should force him to take the GMAT or should I not, because he genuinely did not have the time. He was working in a consulting firm. The hours are long, the stakes are high always. But thankfully our profile building bit worked out and he was able to bag an admit. But I hope this video was helpful. And the key insight is that despite a low GMAT score and lower count of work weeks, you can bag an admit from the school if you start your application early. He started with us in May 2024. On 1st May 2024, he signed up with us, and he put in everything to build his profile, and I think it worked wonders for us, specifically because he was a Re-Applicant, right? So, and I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you very soon.